And there are 7 of these Benyanim. Let me share a really neat image with you. This is known as the Benyanim menorah. And each candlestick on the menorah identifies one of the Benyanim. You'll notice that they all have the same 3 root letters, the Pei, the Ayin, and the Lamed. Some of these letters will be new to us, to some of us, but you can see visually that the name of each of these Benyanim uses the same 3 root letters, the Pei, the Ayin, and the Lamed. We call that a paradigm. In other words, a general example that conveys something very basic about a group. And in this case, it's the group of Benyanim. So we're going to spend several weeks understanding how these Benyanim work and how they increase our ability to get meaning out of the Hebrew. So our goal tonight will just be to give a general introduction to one of those Benyanim called the he feel. I think somebody's trying to join those, so let me make sure that everybody's in that wants to be in.
I've admitted them.
Oh, great. Joseph, you say you have admitted them. Awesome.
Yes.
I forgot that I made you a meeting host. Thank you very much. That's great. All right.
Welcome.
Thank you. All right. So let's take a look together at one of the Benyanim. It's called the he feel. We can look at this together.
Yes.
So again, we're looking at what are known as Hebrew verb classes or Benyanim. And the first one we're going to look at is called the he feel. And again, we use this Pei, Ayin, Lamed as a root. And then we add letters before, in the middle, and after to create shades of meaning. So for example, in Hebrew, Joseph, we have a simple root, a shorish. Could you read that for us? It's the first. Oh, I'm not sharing yet.
Yes.
We have a shorish here in red. Could you read that for us?
The first one.
Right.
Duv.
Right, duv. So duv means to pine away, to languish. And I could make a sentence, for example, I languished alone in my room. Okay? I languished alone in my room. Ani davti bilvad b'seder sheli. Okay? B'cheder sheli. B'cheder sheli. Ani davti b'cheder sheli. I languished in my room. But what if I caused somebody else to languish? I caused my wife to languish alone in the house. Then we changed the duv with a new combination of letters. We keep a couple of the letters, the dalet and the vet, but we add some new letters to create a causative mood to the same Hebrew root. And what is the second word, Joseph?
Hey, Div.
Hey, Div.
Yes.
So now I'm saying he caused to languish. He caused his wife to languish alone in the house. Hu hediv et ishto lashevet bilvad b'bayit, to stay alone in the house. Hu hediv et ishto, he caused his wife to languish. The first example was I languished, ani davti. But the second is hu hediv et ishto, he caused somebody else to languish. So this is the force of these Benyanim, is to create different shades of meaning by adding or subtracting certain letters in the Hebrew alphabet. And we're going to continue with this topic for several weeks. This is a more advanced topic for our more advanced students, but it's an opportunity to get more meaning out of the Hebrew by understanding this concept. Joseph, why don't you give us the simple form, which we call the kal, and then give us the he feel form, which is right after it. So I'll give you an example. Duv is the kal, hediv is the he feel. Then this is the next kal, where my blue cursor is. You can read these words for us and translate for us. Joseph, kindly read the Hebrew words on the page for us.
Okay, sorry, my microphone went off, but I charged another one. Okay. The one you are pointing is karat.
Careful with the karat.
Karat. It means cut off or destroy. Karat.
Right. And give us the he feel form now. The he feel.
The he feel now, it is ihrit.
Nice. And you could say that it means he cut off, or he destroyed, or he caused to be cut off. So it's a shade of meaning that we'll continue to explore more. How about this one? This is the kal form. We call it the kal, or the simple form, where my blue pointer is.
Yes. I think it is Rabbah.
Nice. And that means?
Hirba. It means to be many or numerous.
Right.
Rabbah.
And then the he feel form.
The he feel form. Hirba. Equals to increase.
Or he enlarged.
I think this concept is also in Swahili and English. Passive and active. Yes.
Well, actually, this would all be active, because you could say he enlarged the camp, or he enlarged the shamba. He enlarged the farm. It's still active. It's a subject. A subject, a verb, and an object. So there were many. So Rabbah is not an easy one to work with, because it's more of a a description than a verb. So that's not an easy one to give an example of, but I'm sure that there is this kind of shade of meaning available in Swahili as well.
Yes.
We're going to allow Joseph to recite for us this verse from Samuel, and you may hear, if you listen carefully, some of these he feel forms, but mostly we're just going to enjoy listening to a recitation of the Hebrew, and then we'll get down to the work of practicing our own Hebrew reading. So Joseph, if you'd be kind enough to read for us this verse.
Okay. Veish lo akrit
Nice. Achrit.
Achrit, yes. Lcha Meim. Mizbach. Mizbachi. Lechalot.
Mizbechi. Lechalot.
Et Enecha.
Nice.
Viladiv. Et Nafshecha.
Very good.
Vechal. Marbit.
Marbit.
Yes. Vechal Marbit.
Continue.
Beit Ha. Yamutu Anashim.
Very good. Very well done. And let me again compliment you, Joseph, on your style, because it serves as a very good example. We should always feel comfortable to take our time and form the words inside our mind, make sure we're clear on which letters we're dealing with and which vowels. And we'll end up with very clear pronunciation. And Joseph, I'm confident that because you're taking this approach over time, you're going to be faster and faster and more fluent in a very, very good way. So very, very nice reading. Thank you. Ve'ish lo achrit lecha. And I will not cut off your men, me'im mizbechi, from my altar. Lechalot et einecha, to completely cover up their eyes. In other words, to completely put distance between them and the altar of God. V'la'adiv et nafshecha, and to cause your soul to pine, to languish. V'chom marbit beitecha, nevertheless, all of the progeny of your household, all the newborns, all the next generation, yamutu anashim, they shall die young. So this was the curse against the children of Eli for taking portions from the sacrifices of the children of Israel that were not their share. The curse was, yes, there would be a remnant that continued to serve, but gradually that line of priests from Eli would die off, and another line would become dominant in the priestly line. And that's what's going on here in Samuel, with lots of he-fil thrown in for good measure. Anyway, well done, and we'll continue to look at these grammar points along with the verses. Let me work with you a little bit, Steve, and get a good sense of your progress. We're going to take